The desert had no memory. At least, that's what Dr. Elian Voss used to believe. Endless dunes stretched beneath a sky bleached pale by heat, the wind whispering across grains of sand that had buried civilizations older than history itself. No inscriptions, no names, no trace of those who had come before. Until now. Elian adjusted his visor as he stood at the edge of the excavation pit, staring down at the impossible. "Tell me again," he said, voice tight, "how something this intact was buried for over 10,000 years?" Below him, half emerged from the sand, stood a statue unlike anything humanity had ever uncovered. It wasn't eroded. It wasn't cracked. It was perfect. Smooth, metallic, and impossibly detailed. A humanoid figure, tall and slender, its surface shimmering like liquid silver under the harsh sun. Its face was serene, eyes closed, lips slightly parted as if frozen mid-breath. "It's not stone," muttered Lena Karev, the expedition's materials specialist. She ran a scanner over the statue's surface, frowning. "It's not anything we know." Elian climbed down into the pit, boots crunching against sand. The closer he got, the stranger it felt. The air seemed heavier, like the space around the statue resisted him. "Energy readings?" he asked. "Zero," Lena said. "It's completely inert." Elian circled the figure, studying it. The craftsmanship was beyond human capability. Even modern fabrication couldn't achieve this level of precision. "An alien artifact," he whispered. Lena laughed nervously. "Or the universe's most elaborate prank." Elian smirked. "Well, if it's a prank, someone went all out." The team gathered around, cameras rolling. This was history. The first undeniable evidence that humanity was not alone. And yet, something about the statue unsettled him. Its lips. There was something oddly human about them. Hours passed. The sun dipped lower, casting long shadows across the excavation site. The team celebrated quietly. This discovery would change everything. Funding, recognition, the rewriting of human history. And then, as tension eased, so did caution. "All right," said Malik, the expedition's cameraman, grinning. "We need something viral. This is going to be the biggest find in history, and you guys are acting like it's a museum tour." Elian rolled his eyes. "We are scientists, not influencers." "Come on," Malik insisted. "Just a little fun. For the record." Lena chuckled. "What do you suggest?" "Hug it." Malik pointed at Elian. "No." "Better. The good doctor here gives it a kiss." Elian stared at him. "Absolutely not." "Oh, come on," Malik said, already filming. "First contact with an alien artifact, and humanity greets it with a kiss. That's poetic." "It's stupid," Elian replied. "It's harmless," Lena added, smirking. "Unless you're afraid?" Elian sighed. "I am not afraid." "Then prove it." The camera zoomed in. Elian hesitated. It was ridiculous. Completely unscientific. But also harmless. Right? He stepped closer to the statue, feeling that strange pressure intensify. His heartbeat quickened. "This is for the record," he muttered. "A moment of human foolishness." He leaned in. The metal surface was cool. And then, he kissed it. For a fraction of a second, nothing happened. Then the world broke. A low hum erupted from the statue, vibrating through the ground, through Elian's bones. He stumbled back as the silver surface pulsed with light. "Energy spike," Lena shouted. "It's activating." The statue's eyes snapped open. They were not eyes. They were voids, endless, swirling darkness, like windows into a collapsing universe. Elian fell backward, scrambling across the sand. The air turned cold. The hum deepened into a voice. "You have initiated the final sequence." It didn't come from the statue's mouth. It came from everywhere. From the sky. From the ground. From inside their minds. Malik dropped his camera, screaming. "What did you do?" I didn't," Elian stammered. The statue stepped forward. It moved with unnatural grace, its metallic form flowing rather than shifting. Sand swirled around its feet, pulled by an unseen force. "You have broken the seal," it said. "You have ended your world." Silence. Then chaos. "Shut it down," Lena yelled, frantically scanning. "There's too much energy. I can't. This doesn't make sense." Elian forced himself to stand. "What are you?" The statue tilted its head. "I am the Sentinel," it replied. "Guardian of the threshold. Your species was not meant to find me." "What threshold?" Elian demanded. "The boundary between your existence and theirs." A crack split the sky. Not lightning, not clouds. A fracture, like glass shattering across the heavens. Malik sobbed. "Oh God." The Sentinel raised a hand, pointing upward. "The seal has been broken. They are aware of you now." "Who?" Lena whispered. The Sentinel's voice dropped, almost reverent. "The ones beyond." The crack in the sky widened. Darkness spilled through it, not like night, but like something thicker, alive. Shapes moved within it. Impossible shapes. Elian's mind struggled to comprehend them. Angles that shouldn't exist. Forms that shifted when he tried to focus. "Stop this," he shouted. "Close it." "I cannot," the Sentinel said. "My purpose was to remain dormant until triggered. You have fulfilled the condition." "What condition?" Elian yelled. "A living being expressing intimacy." Elian froze. "A kiss?" Lena said, disbelief flooding her voice. "Yes." Malik let out a hysterical laugh. "You're telling me a kiss just doomed the planet?" The Sentinel did not respond. Above them, the fracture pulsed. The darkness inside it writhed, pressing against the edges as if testing the barrier. "They're coming through," Lena said, her voice shaking. Elian clenched his fists. "There has to be a way to undo this." The Sentinel turned its void-like gaze toward him. "There is one possibility." "Tell us." "Your action, open the gateway. A reversal of equal magnitude may close it." Elian blinked. "Equal magnitude?" "An active connection stronger than the one that opened it." Silence fell. Malik frowned. "Stronger than a kiss?" The Sentinel nodded. Elian's mind raced. Stronger than a kiss. What did that even mean? The sky continued to tear apart. From the widening rift, tendrils of darkness began to emerge, stretching toward the earth like searching fingers. The air vibrated with a low, alien resonance. "We don't have time," Lena shouted. Elian paced, thinking. Connection stronger. "What about physical contact?" Malik suggested. "Like hugging it?" "That's not enough," Elian said. "It said equal magnitude." "Then what?" Lena demanded. "What's stronger than a kiss?" Elian stopped. Understanding hit him like a shockwave. "Trust," he whispered. "What?" Lena said. "A kiss isn't just contact," Elian said, turning to the Sentinel. "It's symbolic. It represents trust, vulnerability, a connection between two beings." The Sentinel remained silent. "So to reverse it," Elian continued, his voice steadying. "We need something deeper. Something absolute." Malik shook his head. "You're not making sense." Elian looked at the Sentinel. "What happens if I fully connect with you?" he asked. Lena's eyes widened. "Elian, no." "What happens?" Elian repeated. The Sentinel's voice softened. "You would cease to exist as you are. And the gateway? It would close." Silence. The tendrils in the sky stretched further, now brushing the atmosphere. Time was running out. Elian took a deep breath. Well, he said quietly, that seems fair. Fair, Lena snapped. You're talking about erasing yourself. I'm talking about fixing what I broke. You didn't know, Malik said. This isn't your fault. Elian shook his head. Intent doesn't matter. Consequences do. He stepped toward the sentinel. Lena grabbed his arm. There has to be another way. There isn't, Elian said gently. You heard it. She looked at him, eyes filled with fear. You're asking me to watch you disappear. I'm asking you to remember me, he replied. Malik swallowed hard. What do we do? Elian smiled faintly. Tell the story. Make sure people understand what happened here. That we weren't alone. That we mattered. The sky roared. The fracture was almost fully open now, the darkness inside pressing against reality itself. Elian turned to the sentinel. I'm ready. The sentinel extended a hand. Its surface shimmered, shifting like liquid light. Do you understand the cost? It asked. Yes. Do you accept it? Elian hesitated, then nodded. I do. He reached out. Their hands touched. The world exploded into light. Elian felt himself unraveling, his thoughts stretching, expanding beyond the limits of his mind. He saw everything. The ancient civilizations that had discovered the Sentinel before and vanished. The ones beyond, entities older than time, waiting in the void between realities. The fragile barrier that had protected humanity until now. And the choice. To close the gateway. Or to let it open. Elian made his decision. From the outside, Lena and Malik watched in stunned silence. Elian's body began to dissolve, particles of light rising into the air, drawn into the Sentinel. No, Lena whispered. The sky flickered. The tendrils recoiled. The fracture began to shrink. It's working, Malik said, voice trembling. The Sentinel glowed brighter, its form shifting as Elian's essence merged with it. The voice that spoke next was different. Familiar. We're almost there. Lena's breath caught. Elian? The Sentinel, no, Elian, turned toward her. Thank you, he said softly. And then, the light surged. The sky sealed. The darkness vanished. The fracture disappeared, as if it had never existed. Silence fell over the desert once more. Where the Sentinel had stood, there was nothing. No statue. No Elian. Only empty sand. Days later, the world struggled to understand what had happened. The footage survived. Malik's camera had captured everything. Governments tried to contain it. Scientists tried to explain it. But the truth was undeniable. Humanity had come within seconds of annihilation. And one man had stopped it. Lena stood at the edge of the excavation site, staring at the empty space. He's gone, Malik said quietly. Lena shook her head. No. She pointed to the horizon. The wind moved across the dunes, whispering through the sand. He's still here, she said. Just different. Malik followed her gaze. For a moment he thought he saw something. A shimmer in the air. A flicker of light. Watching. Protecting. Ending. The desert still had no memory. But now humanity did. They remembered the warning. They remembered the cost. And they remembered the man who kissed the unknown and paid the ultimate price to save the world. Some nights, when the sky was clear, Lena would look up and wonder, was the barrier still holding? Were the ones beyond still waiting? And somewhere, beyond sight, beyond understanding, was Elian still standing guard?